Oh, hey, how are you? Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Mason of Delfino here today. How are you doing? I'm doing good, if you're wondering. Probably people don't care, I don't know. But today is a very special day because it is another day, but it is also closer by one day to the 1-year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch. So this is a very important thing to me because this has been basically my life the last year. Before, I got a girlfriend and college took over and lots of other things have happened. So basically I had this thing for a few months and I put it down for a while. But my point is, the thing is almost a year old now, but it is actually still very near and dear to my heart, as you can see. It's literally like right here. It's pretty close. So I wanted to talk about, in honor of the 1-year anniversary approaching, my Nintendo Switch collection. I'm only covering system, hardware, and software, so you're not going to see any collectible pins or anything like that. I will do a Nintendo Switch collectible video probably the day of 1-year anniversary to talk about all my Nintendo Switch collectibles that are not actually game-based, more like pins and mugs and all this stuff that I have that are related to the Switch. But that'll be for another day. Today we're just focusing on the software and hardware side of things. So first off, I have not many, I'm gonna say, but I do have a good bit in itself, I guess, for it being 1 year. I have more now than I had with the Wii U for a year, I can say that. But we're just gonna go and start out with this. This is obviously the Nintendo Switch. As you can see, I've kept this thing in pretty okay shape, I think. I love it, it's great, it's really a great system. Honestly, it has been very, very good to me. I've had some great games to play on it, which I'll get to in a minute. Some must-haves, some, check these ones out, kinda, But it's a very cool system. If you don't have it yet, you need to join the 15 million people or so that do and get it right now. It's actually a very good time, believe it or not. Next up, I don't actually know where the controller is, I'm not gonna lie. It's somewhere in my room. My room is a wreck right now, and I've cleaned it multiple times looking for it, and it hasn't approached yet. But I will find it eventually, but I still have this. I'm saying I do. It's in my possession somewhere. But it is the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. This thing was actually $70 if I remember that right. It is definitely one of the best controllers ever out there, I think, in terms of like grip, comfort, all that kind of stuff. I wanted it just because, instead of using the Joy-Cons, I know there's a lot of people that don't prefer to use these at all. They're more of like the traditional hardcore gamer people, I got this just because I wanted an extra controller. I thought this would be a good option to go with, and it definitely was. Yes, like I said, $69.99 USD, but this thing is loaded. It is super comfy. It looks beautiful. Has NFC and HD rumble, among other things that are packed into this thing. Grip style wireless controller that provides an easy to hold extended gameplay experience with a Nintendo Switch system. Playing either on tabletop mode like this, or in TV mode. So you can definitely play however you want. This thing is good to either play on the screen itself or the TV. You're good to go if you want this. It is a very, very good controller. I know a lot of people that really love it. Next up, I have the JoyCon Grip with 2 extra Joy-Cons. This Nintendo Switch is actually the one with these Joy-Cons. I bought these Joy-Cons separately, the neon colored ones, because I just wanted a little bit of variety. I felt like the gray would feel kind of stale after a little bit, and I only use these ones. But, you know what I mean? It's just kind of, a variety is a nice option to have anyway. I will end up going out and getting more Joy-Cons. I will end up doing so eventually, not right now. I mean, I don't have the use to get another set, but they're always cool to have, and they just look cool. And this little puppy dog Joy-Con grip is adorable. Take these off real quick so I can show you. It's just basically slide them right in, and that's how the Switch works if you don't know. And if you don't have a Switch, I'm telling you, it's a very good thing to have. It's a great item, a great piece in Nintendo's history right now. So you need one, I'm just saying, okay? Now we're gonna get to the game side of things. I know, like I said, there's just a few things I wanted to talk about. At E3 2017, whenever I was there, I did get my hands on Pokken Tournament DX, I got my hands on FIFA, I got my hands on like just all these games that are not in my possession. Mario and Rabbids even. I don't have those ones, but I will show you the ones I do have. Some of them are digital, so I'll get to those on this in a minute after we cover the physical games. The first one is 1-2 Switch. I know this is not every person's typical first pick for a Switch game. Probably nobody's actually, if I'm being honest. Whenever this first debuted, I thought this was low-key like the Wii Sports of the Switch, kind of utilizing what the Joy-Cons are able to do, featuring HD rumble and the motion sensors and all that kind of stuff that these Joy-Cons have packed into them. So this is actually, it was kind of a fun game for what it was. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of enjoy it now and then, just to put it in and play quick draw with people, or just do the little ball game where it's like you have to feel how many marbles are in the box. That one is insane. You can feel like the Joy-Cons, you can just move it around. It feels like the marbles are right there. It's really crazy what those Joy-Cons can do. But basically, what this is just, you know, innovation. This is what our system can do, is what this game is. And with Nintendo Labo on the way, I'm pretty sure it's going to knock this right out of the water. But, you know what I mean, it's just one of those games you got to get at launch. I mean, a lot of people didn't, honestly, but I did because I wanted to try it out. Next up is Splatoon 2. This game is a new shooter-esque series, franchise for Nintendo, rather. It debuted in 2014 at E3, if I remember that right, and then it came out in late May of 2015. So now 2018 is here. We have a sequel right here, Splatoon 2. It is definitely all kinds of fun, just like the first one was. Has just as many, basically, like, what they did was they added all these DLC stages for free as time went on. So it was a very good thing that they did. Like, it made it feel like a lot more content than was actually there. It started out kind of minimal, but they kept adding to it, you know what I mean? So this was very cool. I'm glad that I have this game. Definitely one of my favorites on the Switch. Third-person shooters are not really my cup of tea, but this game is definitely a load of fun, I have to say. Next up, I'm pretty sure everybody saw this one coming, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite Switch game, I have to say. There's one other one that kind of ties with it, I could tell in a minute. Everybody knows what it is if you know who I am. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Link is in a slumber for 100 years, wakes up and has to go save Hyrule once again from Calamity Ganon. This game is definitely amazing. Like, everybody loves this game if they've played it, you know. At E3 2016, this was the only game they had on the show floor, and it was the most talked about game that whole year at E3, which was definitely a good feat for Nintendo. But the game, oh my goodness, it is packed with things to do. You can fly in the sky with a paraglider, you can climb any mountain you see, literally, you can go as far away from this world as you want and still have places to explore. This is definitely amazing, it is beautiful, the art and the music and just the style and the vibe of the game is flawless. I love it so much. You know, the Divine Beast is what they're called, where each dungeon technically is. There's a boss inside of them, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this has played this game at some point, so you know what I'm talking about, I'll shut up about it. But it is incredible, and if you don't play Zelda, this would be a great game to get into if you've never played it. Next up, everybody saw this one coming too. Like I said, if you know who I am, you know I had to pick up Super Mario Odyssey. This game blew my mind at E3. I played the demo 3 times, I think. I played in the Metro Kingdom, the Sand Kingdom, and then once again in the Metro Kingdom, I believe. Off to the side there on the other demo setups they had for that game. But this thing is definitely, oh my goodness, this game is something. Based in New York City, as kind of the trailer was kind of just like, wow, it blew everybody's socks off. And at the Nintendo Switch presentation in January of 2017, they debuted everything about this thing, about this game. They just kind of showed what it was. They gave a trailer for it, but then that was it. And people were like, oh my. Nobody knew what Cappy was. Everybody just knew Mario runs through this city-esque place. You know what I mean? And that was New Donk City, Metro Kingdom, you know. But this game is definitely something. It is like Super Mario Galaxy combined with Mario 64. The greatest combined with the greats. And it is just incredible. The Bowser boss fight is great. The whole, you know, Cappy gimmick is definitely amazing, I have to say. Oh my gosh, how did you get here? You get my point though, Super Mario Odyssey is amazing. This game is definitely a must-have. This and Zelda are my top 2 recommendations for a Nintendo Switch if you don't have it yet. It is incredible. So that wraps up my physical games. I do have 2 ones digitally, so I have a total of 6 Switch games right now. Not really the most for like 1 year out, but I am planning on getting Mario and Rabbids. I want to get Sonic Mania even. I do want to look into Xenoblade even, Fire Emblem possibly. I just need to branch out a little bit. So those games will get me into that little pathway to new games and new enjoyment and that kind of thing. But I want to talk about my Nintendo Switch digital games real quick because I do have a few of those. Both of these actually, I have to say, were given to me by Nintendo of America. This was for review purposes and videos and all that kind of stuff. I actually do have a couple more I will talk about too that are not from Nintendo that I did by myself. But one of them is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Everybody knows what it is. There it is right here. Basically, Mario Kart is one of the coolest games out there. If you're looking for a racing game, Mario Kart's usually the one that pops in my mind, honestly. Basically, it's just the Wii U one with a good battle mode this time. So, if you're looking for a little bit of extra content, this is definitely the way to go for the Switch version. Basically, what it is just, you know, it's great. It is honestly super great. The last digital game that I have that was brought to me by Nintendo was actually ARMS. This game is definitely fun. I wish I actually had the box to show you because the art itself is really good, but you guys have been watching trailers, so you kind of get the gist of what I'm talking about here. Basically, ARMS is a fighter. You know, you have your typical people. You have Springman, you have Ribbon Girl, you have Ninjara. You have all these characters that are very unique in their own special way. And like Splatoon, it has gotten more DLC as time went on after launch for free, which is very cool. I like that Nintendo's taking that approach with some of their games. But the thing is, ARMS is very unique because their arms kind of just stretch, you know? They can reach super far out. I have long arms in general, I would like to think. Reaching the camera almost right here. But anyway, I'm sitting like 4 or 5 feet away. But anyway, that was a really exact. I'm 2 feet away, okay? Literally, probably a good 2 feet. But my arms are still kind of long, okay? I would like to think so. My wingspan is okay, I guess. But anyway, my point is, ARMS is a very fun, competitive game. If you're looking for a good little fighting battle that is not Smash Bros, but still Nintendo, this would be the way to go. While there is minimal content compared to Smash Bros, it is still a great time. Great first entry into the franchise. I'm sure we're going to see Springman and more ARMS games, you know, in the future. So it is definitely a really fun one as well. I also have Snipper Clips and Fast RMX on my Switch from the eShop, which are very fun games. Fast RMX is kind of like a modern F-Zero since Nintendo isn't going to make it, you know what I mean? But then Snipper Clips is basically this little game where you clip your way to victory. You know, you have to go through these little puzzles and all this stuff, and it's a really cute game. It's very fun and challenging. It's very puzzling, you know what I mean? It puts your mind to the test, and it's just a good time. So, that's pretty much it. So with that said, that is my year 1 of the Nintendo Switch collection. I have, like I said, not many things, but enough to cover for a year's worth of entertainment by far. I was busy with classes and stuff, so I kind of missed a lot of the games that came out, but I will be going back to them and picking them up eventually over time. So I guess that's it, but I want to know, what games do you have for the Nintendo Switch? Do you have any that I don't have? Do you have more than I do? I'm sure you do. A lot of people do. My point is, let me know which one of these you have down below in the comments, if any of them at all. If all of them, let me know. I would love to know your opinion on this. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much. I will talk to you next time.